In this video, we're going to walk through the changes in the Calendly Salesforce integration package, version 2.5. Now, before we get into the details of the specific components that were added and new flows, I first want to walk through probably the biggest change, and that is adding support for additional guests and as well as collective event users. So previously, when a collective event was scheduled, there may be multiple Salesforce users on that event, but it would only be assigned to one of those users. Same thing for guest email addresses. These would not be pushed into Salesforce. It would just be the primary invitee email. So let's go ahead and schedule this event and take a look at the new flow. So I've now switched over to the contact record for the invitee that just scheduled the event. And you'll see that Calendly created that event under their related activity list, so nothing new there. But if we click into this, we'll see the new additions in this package. So previously, we were not able to link this event to the additional guest or the other Calendly users on the event. But you can see now that in this attendees field, the event is related to both our Calendly users. So in this case, Tyler Campbell and Sally Doe. And then also our additional guests. So each of these additional guests is another link to an existing contact record in Salesforce. So this allows you to link the event to not only all of the guests and invitees, but your Calendly users that are on that event as well, ensuring that everyone gets credit for attending the meeting and for reporting purposes. Now, one thing to note is that Salesforce does not add this attendees field to the page layout by default. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to edit the event object's page layout to specifically show that attendees field. And that will ensure that you can see all of the linked records. But even if you don't add that to the page layout, it will still be saved in the background. So just a note that you'll need to change that since it won't show here by default. So now that we've walked through a demo of the major changes from a UI perspective, I now want to talk about some of the specific components that were added to the new package updates. So I'm on this Calendly Action Invitee Created record, and you can see the three new fields that were added here. We now save a CSV of the guest email addresses, as well as the additional hosts, so Calendly users in this case. And then you'll also see this new group name field. So what this will do is that this field will be populated with the group of the Calendly user who scheduled the event. So in this case, the primary Calendly user, Tyler Campbell, belongs to this group within Calendly. And as a result, this record was populated with that specific group. Now, you can only be a member of one particular group in Calendly at this time, so that is why you will see this will always be one specific selected group. And real quickly, I'm just going to hop over to Calendly to show you where the group is defined. So under Admin Management, you can add Calendly users to different groups. So in this case, you can see that Tyler was added to Group 1, and as a result, when that event was scheduled, Group 1 was saved as the group name within Salesforce. Now, to finish this video, I want to talk about the flow changes that were made. So if we hop into our Create Event Template flow and scroll all the way to the right, we will see this new addition where this subflow is called Create Event Attendee Template. And now all this does is it takes that CSV of additional guests and additional hosts and then creates those event relationships between those contacts or leads with those email addresses if they can be found. Now, there are two new flows in the package, this create event attendee template and get event attendee template. I'm not going to go into the details of those flows, but I just want to go over that the default behavior of that is that we will try to find a contact or lead record associated with the email addresses in the additional guest field. And if we do find an existing record, then the event will be associated with that record. For additional host, we will search for Salesforce users with a matching email address, and that is how that all gets linked together. Now, just as with all of our other flows and flow templates, these can be customized. So if you don't use lead or contact records, you use something else perhaps, you can of course go update that create event attendee and get event attendee template, flow template, so that it uses your custom objects. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.